Hi, I'm Soleil Dakota. Welcome to Musical Medicine. This is part 2 of a special guest interview. Narada Michael Walden is here tonight, everybody. Narada is a Grammy and Emmy Award-winning multi-platinum producer. Hi, I'm Soleil Dakota, and this is Musical Medicine. Narada Michael Walden is back with us tonight, everybody.
Thank you, Soleil.
All right.
Thank you.
Narada will be sharing his great spirit with us and offering a personal look into his truly illustrious career, which has spanned more than 3 decades and still going strong. Narada was an integral part of introducing both Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey to millions of fans worldwide, producing and writing their breakthrough hits that first brought these divas to the spotlight. Narada produced hits for artists as diverse as Aretha Franklin, Steve Winwood, Ray Charles, Wynonna, Judd, George Michael, Barbra Streisand, Lionel Ritchie, Lisa Fischer, Stevie Wonder, Tom Jones, Jeff Beck, The Temptations, and many more. And I was privileged and honored to co-write songs with Narada for Diana Ross, Tevin, Campbell, Puff Johnson,
Shanice Wilson.
Shanice, the
Woo!
great Shanice Wilson. Woohoo!
Go,
That's
go,
right.
you
Thank
go,
you.
You go. You go.
Howard Hewitt, New Kids on
That's right. New Kids on the Block. You
Al
go.
Jarreau.
Al Jarreau.
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah, that's right. Narada has earned equal acclaim as a recording and performance artist in his own right. At 19 years of age, he became the drummer with the pioneering group Mahavishnu Orchestra. Narada also toured internationally with Jeff Beck, Tommy Bolin, Weather Report, and also his band, the Narada Michael Walden Band. Narada is an Emmy and multi-Grammy award-winning producer and songwriter. Billboard magazine honored him as one of the top 10 producers of all time. By grace, I was privileged to co-write a number of songs with Narada in the 90s. Only Love Can Conquer All, I co-wrote with Narada and Preston Glass. This song was recorded by Diana Ross, and she performed it for Nelson Mandela in South Africa.
Yes, that's right.
Narada,
Cool.
Honored and delighted
Cool, all
to
right.
have you back again.
Very nice.
That's right.
That's cool. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
When you look back over your career, what are your most cherished moments?
My most cherished moments, all my life, all my moments are cherished moments. You know, just my grandmother would say, if you wake up in the morning, your eyes open up in the morning, you know, be grateful your eyes open up. And that's kind of how I feel about life. I mean, I could say, yes, it was great working with Aretha Franklin. It was great winning a Grammy. It was great winning an Emmy. But honestly, I'm just happy to be here now. I'm happy to say I've made it to this point. I'm cherishing this moment. Sitting
That's
here with
right.
you.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
I'm just grateful to be here. I'm cherishing this. Hey, bring me a popsicle. What?
So, seriously now.
Yes. Yeah.
When I think of the truly magnificent singers you've worked with and musicians, Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Lisa Fischer, and the late, much beloved Whitney Houston. Just incredible.
Yes.
When you think of these artists, what comes to mind?
Well, they all had beautiful God gifts. You know, like God makes bananas and oranges and pears and apples and peaches and cherries and strawberries. And all those great singers you just mentioned are different great genius fruits with that pristine and powerful flavor, each one of those fruits. And I'm very happy to have been chosen to be around to witness that power. You know, Whitney, you know, you mentioned her being in heaven now, and we miss her terribly, and because she was a lot of fun. She was electricity. When you were with her, you felt real love and a realness about her, because she was very quick. She could speak about things very quickly and give your opinion on things very quickly, and loved her voice. And like Aretha loved her voice. There are only a few singers who are like that, who love their voice. Even if it's like a little, what you might think, oh, it might be a little bit flat, a little sharp. No, they love the sound. And that makes it, for me, very easy to work with them. Because they're already jazzed. You know? They know they're badass, and then they're kind of like, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
it's fun. As opposed to people like, They're not cringing at the sound that comes out of their body. And you have a hard job convincing someone to love themselves of what's coming out, the sound that comes out.
Right.
They say, no, it sounds rancid. Well, that's you. Anyway, so.
What do you do in that case?
You have to inspire people to love themselves as best you can. And be like a therapist. Find a button that works on their psyche. Because some people need you to kind of push them like a coach. Come on, you can do this. And others, that pisses them off.
Right.
So you have to go the other way around.
Back off a little bit.
Yeah. Like, okay, I learned this lesson from Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's coach. So if Angelo wanted the champ to jab more, he couldn't say, champ, jab more. Oh, no. Champ, who you tell me to jab more? Right? So Angelo had to say to the champ, your jab looks great today.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And you go, yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's right.
So now the champ was really shown, you know.
You go, your high notes are great. Start singing those high notes.
Exactly. You go the other way around it.
Right.
You have to.
Wow.
But always with love, like these flowers. Everything I try and do in music, because music is love, music is the closest thing to God. If God is here, let's say everywhere, and then God's language is silence, and out of silence, it's music, then that's these flowers, see? Like your medicine. It's these flowers, right? So then you got to have the love to connect. So whatever the philosophy is of pushing the button, it's got to have the love with it. That's critical. So you got the flowers in the studio, you have candles, you know, you may bring a little gift of shoes or a nice orange thing or gold jewelry or a little thing, you know, bauble to give them to inspire them. Because it's hard to go behind a microphone and be at your best and think whatever I'm going to sing today is going to last 15, 30, 50, 60, 100 plus years for all time. You know, there's a big pressure, so you got to be like nice with them. Give them a little teddy bear or something.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel better.
What songs, like when I think of Aretha, I think of Freeway of Love, you really brought her career again to new heights.
I'm
that
proud
song,
because
right?
see, Aretha was the Queen of Soul, is the Queen of Soul,
Yes.
and had gold success. Had never had a platinum million seller until we did Freeway of Love and Who's in the Who album. And I have to thank Preston Glass because Preston told me, remember that song you wrote for yourself called Freeway of Love?
Oh,
and I said,
really?
Yeah, kinda. He said, remember that song? That'd be good for Aretha.
Yeah.
I said, wow, I would have never thought of that. So I went and we found that song and we put it up, we listened to it, thought, yeah, let's just change this lyric to go for Aretha because it's a strong chorus for her.
Yeah.
Preston was right.
Wow.
So I need my team to kind of inspire me, remind me about stuff. Because, you know, with you, we can write a lot of songs, but then you forget what you've written.
Right.
You have to only be reminded, oh, that was a great one. Yeah, you're right, it's a great song.
Yeah.
So.
And Whitney, you had her first #1 hit you co-wrote with George and Shannon.
Yeah, How Will I Know?
Yeah.
With George Merrill, who now lives up in Nevada, Petaluma.
I didn't know that.
George lives not far away.
Because he loves horses, right? Or his
Yes,
daughter?
he does.
Yeah,
and his other partner, Shannon Rubicam, lives in L.A. And that was Whitney's biggest #1 at the time. And also they wrote I Want to Dance When He Loves Me, which I then produced and arranged. Right. And I've just written a brand new song with him now for Dionne Warwick. Really? And a brand new girl named Cheyenne Elliott on our label Tarpan Records. So I'm back with him again.
Congratulations.
Yep, Tarpan Records. Which
Tell me about that.
And I have a president I found named Stefan Franz, who lives in the city. He runs a thing called IDC, which means Independent Distribution Company. Yeah. And I was so taken by his wisdom, how to work independently. I said, be the president of Tarpan. So he is. So we're starting with Cheyenne Elliott, this 19-year-old Whitney Houston cousin and Dionne's granddaughter.
Oh, really?
And Dylan Chambers, who is Lester Chambers' son from Petaluma, from the Chambers brothers. He's signed. And then a girl whom I found up the way near Oregon, who's a great singer named Shani Celine Johnson. Yeah. She's on the board. Yeah. And
this is really exciting, Narada.
We're gathering artists.
Yeah.
But that's not the hard part. The hard part is then finding the sponsors to help promote the work you're doing.
It's different now.
That's the thing, right? You know, because you still need radio. I mean, we think about the internet and YouTube and all that. That's all cool. But guess what? There's nothing as powerful as radio.
That's right.
Because when you hear that thing on the radio over and over and over, and it's like, whoa, that's a hit record.
Right.
And you still need that.
I remember song that I co-wrote with you and Tevin, Tell Me What You Want Me to Do.
Yes.
I remember sitting in my car and it came on one station and I changed the station. It was on playing on the other station.
That's right.
That was thrilling.
That's right.
That was thrilling.
So I really think that people need to hear things to be, to fall in love with them. And
that's right.
And that's part of the magic is, hearing and being able to inundate you. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I love that song. Yeah, and you remember where you were when you heard the song. And all those memories come to you. So, as we begin Tarpan Records, that's our next great thing is to, find the right sponsorship people, companies, whoever they are, to help us really promote these new talents and legendary people who still are vibrant and still have got the gift. Because America, as great as we are to invent these great champions, we kind of think people are maybe a little bit disposable, like we don't really value them anymore. They're valued in Europe, they're valued in Japan, they're valued around the world, but not really valued here, and that's a mistake. So I feel like let's hoist up and record Gladys Knight right now and keep Gladys, boom.
Right.
And when James Brown was alive, we keep recording James Brown, keep recording these people, the Temptations, whoever they are, Al Green, everybody who's genius. Keep them hot.
That's right.
Because they are hot. And without them, we ain't nothing.
That's right.
So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm glad to hear that you're doing that.
Absolutely.
The young artists along with the legendary
and then let the legends
artists.
tour with the youngsters, and youngsters learn from the
veterans.
That's
right.
And keep the thing going.
Yeah,
because once that generation goes, that's a mighty lesson, Yeah. I mean, we still have with us living Little Richard, who to me is the architect of rock and roll. I mean, he's still living.
Yeah.
So it's pretty incredible. Yeah. And I was able to work with Ray Charles. And let me tell you something. I'm a real fan of Ray Charles. I mean, many of us are, okay? And then as a producer who works with someone, you want to feel like you can work with someone. You want to bring the barriers down so you can work with someone, and feel a friendship feeling. And I was doing pretty good my meeting with Ray, until I told him, I said, when I was a little kid, I used to carry with me in the snow this album of yours. And I had a piece on it that was this really fast. And he's like, hey! He said, I wrote that music out by my hand, and I'm playing the alto sax solo. And I'm sitting there like, it's like Mount Everest you're talking to. That first of all, you hear the piece, that anyone could write that piece out is incredible in the first place, and the man is blind.
Right.
Then when you hear the sax solo, you don't even think he plays sax. It's brilliant. So it's just so much combination of genius in one person.
Right.
That's just changed the whole thing for everybody. There's no one you can talk to that has not tried to emulate and learn from and rip off Ray Charles. So as the point I was just saying, we try to make ourselves where we can be friendly and talk to people, but you realize at some point they're just so great that you can't fake it. You can't fake how much you love somebody. You can't fake it. You just got to go, you know what? I bow down. I'm here to make a smash for you, and I want to make a smash for you. Let it just be out of my love for you, like these flowers, Let it be out of my love for you that just is here to serve you and love you and just whatever you need, And they'll say, okay, you go and you bring me the nastiest funk you can bring. You bring me the swampiest, nastiest funk you can bring me. Okay. Okay. Like that.
Wow, Narada. I have a CD here in my lap. Narada Michael Walden, Love Lullabies for Kelly. I don't know if the camera can zoom in on this, but here it is. Tell me about this CD.
Oh, I love this album.
You were talking about the funk and...
Yeah, well, she's funky too.
I bet she is.
That's my new daughter, Kelly Estelle Zuzu Wald. She's 6 months old now. And it's just really inspired my life. I've never had a child before. My music has always been my children. My songs are my children. I never really wanted a child necessarily. But the good Lord wanted me to have one.
That's right.
So I have one.
That's right.
And she's bad. She's just beautiful and inspires me to go to a deeper level. I had a week where I couldn't get in the studio because Jimmy was in the studio with Carlos and other things he was doing, so I had to stay at home. And I plugged my keyboards in and I just wrote like 16 pieces for her. and covered a few things I loved for her, and that's it. So it just brings a lot of love to me.
It's so beautiful.
But Stevie told me that. Stevie Wonder, who's a godfather, he said to me,
Yeah.
he said, you're going to find you're going to be more creative when you have children. Because Stevie wrote, "Isn't she lovely?" When the baby's his first born for his daughter. It does bring another level out in you. Yeah.
I see it. And I love it because it's volume 1.
I'll do volume 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and as many as I can.
Yeah. Tell us about the Rainforest Benefit. I know you've been musical director for many years.
Yeah, we just
What's
had a
that
Rainforest.
like?
We had the 25th anniversary in Carnegie Hall, New York. This is the Rainforest that Sting and Trudy Styler had up. Trudy's the producer of the show. She's the one I work with for the show. And Sting is the star of the show, but he really lets Trudy organize and run it. So it's really her to do.
Yeah.
And I'm there as music director to give Trudy love, respect, and to adhere to her vision. She's visionary to know what she wants to do in that show, what the message is for the show. So she'll say to me, okay, because it's the 25th year, I want to honor America. I want to honor the protest of America. I want to honor the glory of America. I want to honor that people leave the show feeling re-inspired with their love for America. Because many people who gave to our foundation passed away in the towers blowing up for the 9/11. So we want to do honor by those great people who gave us so much, who are not with us any longer. So she thinks that way. So then we pull out all the great songs of, patriotism and love for our country. So she's like that. And on the show is Stephen Stills and Love the One You're With, and James Taylor is always there. Kevin Spacey, beautiful singer, singing "That's Life" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's
he can sing,
right.
this guy.
That's right. What a beautiful thing to have all this musical talent, but yet to bring love and respect and honor to people.
And Paul Simon. I never worked with Paul Simon before. Paul Simon's a trip. I always knew that he would be like really fastidious and stickler for detail, but he really is, though.
Is he? Yeah.
No, he really is. No, when I want the hi-hat, I want yeah, every time. Okay.
Wow.
Guitar, no guitar. I want like this. No, you don't play. You did it. Like that. Really a stickler. Oh man, worked at 2 hours on a groove for Graceland.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it feel certain way, and I'm glad we did, because he changed it from being kind of like country sounding to being more New York urban sounding, which we needed for our show. And it was funky. Wow. It went from being boom, black, boom, black, boom, black, boom, black, boom, to being boom, check, black, check, boom, check, like that, which is better.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Wow.
So I learned that Paul really likes his groove. And then since he's told me, since he's worked with South African musicians and African people now, he feels confident with all his rhythm. He feels more confident with anybody in the world. So I was like, okay, man.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got a thing, that guy. Wow. And he came on, he also spoke for the audience. He's got a great sense of humor when he speaks to people. Like he knows that Rainforest humor is kind of dry, so he made dry jokes. And
intellectual.
Yeah. But he's got a gift. I can see why Paul Simon is Paul Simon.
Yeah.
And then Sting was going to sing for him Bridge Over Troubled Water, and says, Paul, you stand right here and watch me sing it. And so Paul standing there and watched Sting sing Bridge Over Troubled Water. That was incredible. The Sting tore it up. So I'm very happy to be able to witness these things. I'm very happy I can say I witnessed Stevie Wonder walk on the stage of Carnegie Hall many times. And every great artist who you think is great, Elton John and all of them, they all bow down to Stevie Wonder. They all give so much respect to Stevie Wonder. Because he is, for our generation, the Ray Charles, the absolute pinnacle of the highest manifestation of God in music is Stevie Wonder. There's no higher being than Stevie Wonder. There isn't. Nothing he can't do, nothing he won't do, nothing he can't hear, nothing he can't play, nothing he can't envision.
Yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Wow.
And ballsy. Will walk on the stage, sometimes not even rehearsed anything. Just say, I'm going to just walk out and just play something, just follow me. This is Carnegie Hall. Just follow me. With a harmonica. And just start playing, and you follow him. And it's a standing ovation. So he's just got a gift beyond what you think.
My goodness. Yeah. So what does the future hold for you now? What are you?
The future holds more love, more light,
yeah,
more music. I want to be reborn in gratitude that gives me the gift of music, so I can birth more hit songs. I want to continue assaulting the top 10 with new artists and legendary artists, hit songs, hit productions, as well as live shows. I love playing live and sweating and staying young and vital and sexy and kicking it.
That's right.
And keeping alive the spirit of Jimi Hendrix and that rawness that the black and African American / American Indian / European High 57 blood mixed all together, what it brings out of us, which is only happening in this country. You can't get it anywhere else. So I like that chemical combustion. Right. So I want to keep that going, and I want to keep alive, like I'm here with you now, just to encourage you and encourage people.
That's right. Thank you.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what you do in the world. I've seen you over the years. Just, whoever crosses your path, to encourage and to uplift and to inspire, you do that in your everyday life. And it's
I know at the end of the day, when we go to heaven, God's going to say, did you have a good time? And I'm going to say, we had a ball. We had a ball. We saw the alligators and the hippos and all the birds you made were incredible, and all the people and all the different kind of musics. Marvin Gaye was, my God, his music alone is
incredible.
Mahalia Jackson, what she put down, Horace Silver on the piano, what he put down. Jimmy Smith on the organ, what he put down. Bob Dylan's lyrics. I mean, there's just so much coming. The Beatles were cool. Right. So much came down that we witnessed, So you got to be really happy. We were at a time we could see all these things, and we're part of our legacy going forward. So it's a good time for all of us. And let's do our very best to raise the kids right. Be loving to the kids and be a bit strict with the kids so they understand. Get it right so they can do the right thing for our future.
Right.
Not hurt each other, just kill each other and not value life. We have to value life more. Gun control is important. We're killing each other way too much in this country. Way, way too much. So if we can do anything to help that, I'd really like to.
And tell us how being a father has the joy and the love, how it's changed you.
Well, I am a lover anyway, but I think having a baby and feeling like, you want to look out for children, and I have a foundation, Narada Michael Walden Foundation.
Oh, that's right.
Kids,
Please,
music.
tell us a little bit about
We
that.
have a little kid who's, we honored with a concert called the Sunshine Show where everyone came and sang because he was shot, paralyzed, taking a piano lesson. His name is Christopher Rodriguez. He was 10 years old.
That's right.
Playing piano lesson, and a stray bullet hit him in the spine, and then he was paralyzed. So we raised a lot of money for him for his medical needs, and Sting came on, and Sting, said, "I'm here for two reasons. One, I believe kids should have musical education, right? And two, I think we should have gun control in America. Some kind of stricter thing about this. So, anyway, we all know it. We all know it's to be true. We don't know quite know what to do, but I know we will pray and meditate and focus on it more to bring more light and more love into our society, so we are valuing ourselves more."
Well, thank you, Narada, for being here and on the show, and for opening a musical door for me that only you could have.
Hey.
And I sat at the feet of the master. That's right.
I met you at the restaurant in Tiburon.
That's
You poured me
right.
a cup of coffee. And I asked you about your life and everything. You mentioned you were songwriter, lyric writer. I said, come to my studio. You did.
That's right.
And we did smashes. And we're going to write some more smashes.
That is absolutely right.
All right.
So God bless you, Narada, for everything
you
you've offered to the
Thank
world
you.
and to
Thank
me
you.
personally and to your community.
Thank
Your
you.
Great, great spirit. I love you.
Love you too.
Hey, that's it for tonight. Narada Michael Walden, everybody. Okay. Narada composed this collection of love lullabies for his firstborn daughter, Kelly.